Greetings, side questers, and welcome back. It's time for another episode of Side Quest. I'm Lord Magog, and I'm with my evil cohorts, the Nameless Thief and Arcturus. Pentagast could not make it tonight. He got lost in a mental haze of mushroom, trance.
He's tripping balls.
Yeah, he's
He's
tripping.
completely unintelligible. It's really quite embarrassing.
Yes, it's embarrassing. Yeah, he's last I saw, he had a mushroom on, like as a piece of clothing. That was it, though. It was just down here.
Just a mushroom cap.
Yeah, just one cap. That's it, man. He's gone off the fucking deep end. We're really gonna have to work on his addiction. But we're here. We're ready to do a show tonight without Pentagast. That's fine. Thank you all for watching. Keep in mind, all donations through Streamlabs, Super Chats, and Cash App are appreciated as it keeps our treasury filled, so we can continue to entertain you week after week. Keep in mind, if you donate to the Cash App, to put your screen name in the message itself, because I won't read anything that looks like a real name. Thank you all for coming by. Tonight we have to discuss some very important matters. I believe
Always.
Yes, I know. It is. You just hate these guild meetings, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
But
What room do you have to complain? This keeps on interrupting with my perfectly valid and wholesome profit-gathering efforts. Every time.
I could be taking a nap somewhere on a beach with a coconut in hand and a woman's coconut in the other hand, but I'm here instead.
I would also consider that a good reason to miss the show.
Mm.
Personally, I mean, maybe not the beach. I'm very pale. I'm very not the sun doesn't love me. Nighttime, beach at the nighttime.
You get
beach.
moonburn though.
No, not maybe little. I have spells. But anyway, we have to have a guild meeting because I think we have just enough built up in our treasury to consider sponsoring a lesser guild. And we need to make a listen, this is how smaller guilds grow, and then we also get a cut of everything they do. It's a win-win. If we sponsor them, get them some new gear, put them under the protective banner of the Wicked Guild, they get to operate autonomously, but they give us a cut.
God, I don't want to babysit.
There's no babysitting. They literally act autonomously, except for a few minor rules and regulations so that they don't tarnish the Wicked Guild name.
And who oversees that they have followed the rules and regulations? What would you call that?
Our Grand Administrator.
Yeah, that'd be me. So, they better not fuck up. I'll murder them.
Oh, all right. Well, as long as I don't have to lift a finger.
Right, like you will not have to lift.
We'll stay in line under these terms.
Possibly. I mean, these are minor regulations. They act autonomously. They get to take their own missions, their own quests. They get to make their own coin. They just have to pay tribute. They have to pay tribute, and they have to watch out for certain bureaucratical things.
Like what?
Well, like they can't outdo us when it comes to our primary purposes. Like, we are the Wicked Guild. We do wicked things. All right? So they can't do more wicked things. That would just make us look bad. Right?
Right. So they have to do lesser wicked things. But who makes sure that they are doing the lesser of the wicked evils?
Well, once again,
I think this would be the administrator.
Our administrator. Yes.
Okay.
That is, yes. Yes. We're having problems.
So, but like, how does that work in the field? Like, right? Say they're tasked with kidnapping somebody, but then it turns into like an absolute heist and then a murder because, well, you got to kill a couple guards about it in order to escape. But we don't happen to murder anyone within that same time frame at our quest. Does that mean that they've outdone us, or do we just have to murder somebody to?
No, it's nothing like that. I mean, they will occasionally step on some toes. That's not a problem, all right? As long as they pay equal tribute. It's more of a fine. Like if they happen to do more wicked things than us in a given year, we charge them. You know, we bring them down a little. I mean, it's not really like it's not like a corporate merger in the Earth realm. Like I'm not the CEO of a company that's about to buy out some little small mom and pop, right? It's not like that. It's more like they need gear. They need some coin for gear and magic potions and spells and things like that. We will sponsor that. In return, we get like 15 to 20% of their overall profits annually.
And then some, considering we have
Right.
the ability to fund.
But we don't necessarily have to do anything or govern them in any way. We gave them an investment up front. They pay us back in dividends. You see how it goes? So they could even be like a good guild. They could be like a guild of heroes that go out and rescue people and do good things. But they owe us because we sponsored them.
With dividends? Like with interest?
Yes, with interest. Yes, of course. Well, interest being like 20% of their loot.
So I take from this that Thief has not done absolutely any research into a candidate for sponsorship.
I know of guilds, but I don't know that we want to sponsor any of the guilds that I know, unless you guys would be down for it.
I mean, I'm just saying that there's a chance she's stalling because she didn't come up with a list of candidate guilds to present to the group.
Or even one, for that
Rude.
matter.
I did come up with one. Thank you very kindly.
Oh,
Would you
let's
like
hear
to hear
about
of
this
it?
totally real guild.
Why does it always look like Arcturus is just like a non-moving picture?
Because he is non-moving, stilted,
I'm very animate, thank you very much.
encumbered.
Very, okay.
Not on my
Well, I
side.
should be very animate.
Yeah, it
my
happens
fault.
after there's a lag in the magic. I think it's just too much data being transmitted magically.
Perhaps. I am too much sometimes. I understand.
You're sabotaging me for the runes again, aren't you? This is just like the evil laughter competition, which I know I was robbed.
Oh,
Maybe not.
maybe. We weren't prepared. I kind of sprung that on y'all. You know, like if I had told you we're doing an evil laugh competition a day before, you would have prepared better.
I probably would have made sure that my sound crystal didn't zero out on me. For sure.
Yeah. You both kind of sabotage yourself with your stupidity. It was completely on you.
No, not stupidity. Unpreparedness. Thank you very much.
That's a form of stupidity, in my opinion.
Hardly.
No,
Hardly.
no, it
One
I'm
cannot
wondering if it was-
prepare for something that one cannot foresee.
Listen, we're having
my rune stat that prevented it.
a guild meeting. We need to put forth the names of the guilds so that the people watching who are lesser members of the guild can also weigh in and give us advice, even though we will not listen to it. No,
Okay.
nothing.
All right.
I
I will
have a
give
candidate.
you.
I've had a candidate well in advance, you know, from the moment we first pitched the idea.
Ugh.
Let Arcturus go first. He's very excited about his candidate.
I guess he
Nope.
is.
Look, I've had my fingers in their operations for a while now, and I feel it's only appropriate to make it official. I present to you the Simpleton Management Guild. It's breaking new grounds in tyranny, and I'm very excited to help foster it.
Well, two things. One, if you've already got your fingers in it, then it does no good.
Yeah, no, this has got to be a novel guild.
Yeah. Second, you opened your hand just at the moment the smoke in the background puffed out, so it kind of looked like you did like a little magic spell there.
This would imply sinister influence, which I would say entirely dovetails with our own purpose. The point, and look, yes, I had some hand in its formation, but it is for our benefit, as they're going to make a fortune. We can rest assured of it, and we want a cut of it.
Well, you say that, but you have already profiting from it. Then you're suggesting
I'm
the
still in
guild.
investment stage.
Well, you've invested, but you're asking the guild now to invest even more. But you're going to benefit probably from some side deal you've already made from them. Is that what I'm hearing right?
Okay. This doesn't mean there wouldn't be a tremendous cut for the rest of you as well. And since we're not really seeing any other competing candidates here, you might want to hear me out. I'm prepared to answer any questions you have. Maybe you want to know, what is it that they specialize in?
Well, first off, let's address the elephant in the room, or the non-elephant in the room. Pentagast cannot be here to vote because he scribbled on a piece of paper before he went mad and went running through the woods naked. He scribbled on a note, "The Mushroom Eaters Guild," and then ran away, screaming at nothing, or screaming at something that lives in the ether because his mushroom eyes could see it, but I couldn't. So let's just agree as a guild, Pentagast's vote does not count today. Okay?
I agree.
All in
Agreed.
favor? Aye. Okay, good. We all agree.
Guilty
Poe?
guilds are right out.
Yes. Poe, note that in the log.
What fucking log?
You're supposed to be taking notes on guild meetings. It's like what do they call it? When there's somebody, a scribe,
The
is
minute?
sitting over the minutes. You're supposed to be taking minutes.
You never told me that.
Well, yes, I did. When we first started the Wicked Guild, it's like, I'm going to need you to take minutes of all the guild meetings so we know what happened, because we are not responsible adults. We will get drunk. You can't get drunk. You're a skeleton bird.
Oh, okay, that's what minutes mean. I just thought I was counting the minutes that you know, like last at life. Like you're gonna, like how many minutes till you die?
No. Like, I guess that's your job too.
I know.
Okay, anyway. Pentagast's vote doesn't count. Arcturus has put forth the Guild of
The
Simpleton.
Simpleton Management Guild. It's a
Si-
brilliant concept that recycles simpletons into management positions.
But they're simpletons.
Oh no, they're simpleton managers. They take simpletons, they put them in positions of management, say like village elder or so on, and then profit by manipulating them.
So, was the Guild of Puppet Masters taken?
Well, unfortunately, yes, and they use actual puppets, which is entirely too mundane for our purposes.
And terrifying. You know, listen, I do the whole,
True.
like, raise the undead thing to fight for us out on quests, but puppets creep me out, man.
Ugh. Can I tell you my guild that I was thinking we could do
Okay, yes, go.
sponsoring for?
Hmm.
All right.
Hmm.
It's called Heroes Anonymous, and it is for recovering attention seekers and heroes, or failed heroes, I guess you could call them.
Want to be heroes.
Yes. So these are traditionally people who've been like left out in the woods to be cared for by animals until adopted by a random stranger, or for instance, like say, I don't know, thrown off of a cliff by their angry evil stepmother because they were, born out of wedlock to their father and their whore
maid.
mother. Just like
A maid. It's usually, let's face it, it's usually a maid.
right.
All right,
But
can we all agree it's usually a maid?
these are people with tragically tough lives and attention-seeking complexes that force them against like almost their better judgment to enter into dangerous situations for the quote good of the people in order to hopefully better everyone's situation. But they always end up failing because they're not any good at it, because they don't have the resources, they don't have the training, they don't have the luck, what have you. So yeah, there's
So
an entire guild of people dedicated to getting over this urge, and I think we could make a decent profit off of them and the recruitment. I mean, because like there is no shortage of people with hero complexes in our world. Gug, I'm sure you realize.
No,
this.
that's very true, but I'm failing to understand how we profit from people who fail at being heroes.
Well, so all we would need to do is, position somebody as the guild leader, guild master, what have you, and well, they would find therapists or whatever it is that our world's equivalent is to kind of talk these people down from their urges, and they would pay these therapists.
Hold on. Let me. For the people at home watching, we may be a backwards medieval culture filled with vile villains, monsters, and wicked magic, but we do have therapists because mental health is important.
Right. Okay. So they would find therapists, but they wouldn't be like actual like licensed therapists. They would be, people with like bachelor's, or whatever the equivalent of a bachelor's degree in our world is. In sociology, or whatever the equivalent of sociology is in our world.
All right,
Right?
hold on.
And-
Let me real quick. People at home, just because we're a medieval backwards world with magic, villainous monsters, and weird castles and dragons and shit, doesn't mean
Rape
we
trees,
don't
rape
have
spells.
the social sciences. Okay, we do, because social sciences are important to the growth of civilization. Go ahead.
Right. Okay. So we'd get these therapists with their fancy degrees in the social sciences to basically talk therapy these people into living completely average, normal citizenry lives. And they would pay them for the privilege of being talked down from the hero complexes. And we would rake in all the profit.
Gotcha.
The profits from...
Paying the therapists to talk them out of being heroes.
But we're paying the therapists.
No. The heroes would pay the therapists that they're seeing at Heroes Anonymous to talk them down from being heroes, right? So eventually, yes, obviously, those heroes would go away. We'd find a new batch of heroes to indoctrinate into the anti-hero regime, thereby making our jobs easier in the long run as the Wicked Guild. But also, we'd rake in the profit from them just being taken out of the competition pool, right?
So, but would we make more coin killing these would-be heroes and taking all their stuff?
No, because all the while they are getting this help, they are also doing some sort of day labor. So they are able to make profits and then pay the therapist over the course of like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, however long it takes to get talked out of hero work, years, right? So we would be making residuals for decades on decades.
So you're taking, essentially breaking it down, you're taking a guild full of sick people and
Yes.
keeping them sick in order to continue making money off of them.
Right. And while they are distracted with being unsickified, we get to pursue our wicked endeavors.
All right, hold on. 1 second.
Unencumbered by heroes.
Let me explain. Just because we're a backwards medieval world filled with magic, monsters, and villainous evil intents does not mean we don't have big pharma. That one got hard.
Oh dear. You shouldn't
would-
make me laugh that much here, because this only blots out so much burning peasant smell.
Anyway, I'm confident that whole bit, all those bits I just did, would have made Pentagast crack up. I have no doubt. I'm just saying, throwing it out there. Okay. All right, I see your scheme, but we're not really sponsoring a guild in that way, are we? Like, they're not.
We're making money.
Yeah, but tonight is about sponsoring a lesser guild to work for us, and we get residuals. You're playing a different game. You're playing like we got to find therapists. We got to find people to join the guild when the others are cured of their heroic aspirations.
They are ever cured. There's no guarantee, because let's be honest.
It seems like you're trying to found a new small guild. No, that's not what we're doing. I already did that. It's called the Simpleton Management Guild, and everyone's in place. It's beautiful. We can be loud about it, be quiet about it. It doesn't matter. When it comes to our part in it, well, basically, the occasional simpleton who tries to rebel gets told that the Wicked Guild will get them, and that usually puts them right back on track.
All right.
They're simpletons.
Okay, I kind of get where she's coming from. This guild already exists. It's basically a guild full of people with hero complexes. They need to be put to good use. The good use being, we could charge them an arm and a leg to essentially seek out advisors for their heroicism, but those advisors work for us, the Wicked Guild, and decides to basically convince them not to take the hero's path, in which case it's a win-win for both because we get coin and we get less heroes trying to disrupt our dungeon and shit.
Exactly. See, this
Yes.
is a brilliant scheme. Thank you for seeing it my way.
Not really, because we have to deal with therapists, and no matter what world we live in, therapists kind of suck.
But you said we don't have to, just Poe has to. He is the administrative overseer.
Poe, do you want to do that?
Yeah.
He may be the administrator, but you try telling Poe what the fuck to do. Because I ain't doing it. I do.
Okay, all right. What about this one? I have another one. All right.
Hold on, I haven't even got to go. You get another round when I get to go. All right. Hold on a second. Let me check my crystal here and make sure that there's any, like, cash apps or nothing. Because I don't want to miss anything. Yep, we got a cash app. Hold on. Let me read it real quick. All right. It's from Octane Junkie, and he gave 50 Signas to say, Betrayal for Magog and a Poe power-up. All right, cool.
I
will
also have a Streamlabs.
go ahead and read the Streamlabs.
The next 6 minutes tips 2 signals to say, hello, side questers. I think Wicked Guild should have team socks, like a Nike shoe deal, but socks. What are socks?
Fluffy things you put on your toes.
Slippers?
No, the tighter.
Walking adjacent.
Yeah. Like stockings, but really short. No. Anyway, here's the guild I'm going to put up, okay, for contention. This new guild growing out of the far corners of Daemora. The Pet Necromancer Guild. So, thousands of pets, people's beloved pets, die every day all across the world. This guild is dedicated to resurrecting the beloved pets of people who pay quite a lot of money for that sort of thing, to have their pet not die, or, to live forever. I think it's a fantastic idea. They're really only powerful enough to resurrect animals, so they will never be a threat to our power. And it's just a group of, like, low-class necromancers who can, like, they make pretty good coin, especially from the wealthy elite, to resurrect the pets of people so that they don't have to lose their loved ones. Their beloved pets, really. It's just pets, really. So, I mean, that...
Red necromancers resurrecting pets. Actually, I see the value of this. The only question I have, and this is very important, can they reanimate taxidermied pets?
That's a good question, actually.
do not know, because I don't resurrect pets. I could ask.
Yeah. We need to find out. That is critical, because the biggest money is going to come from the people who are mad enough to have the animals taxidermied first, which means that they're in the market still, but we need to be able to deliver on the taxidermy animals.
Wait. On that note, what about those people that have their animal's fur turned into like a stuffed animal version? Not like a taxidermied one, right? Where you skin the animal and you stuff it, but like you take the fur and then you put it into a stuffed animal.
That's taxidermy.
No. You brush out the fur, you have big giant clumps of fur. You take the fur, not the skin, just the fur, and you turn it into a stuffed animal.
That's taxidermy.
No. Because you're not skinning the animal and stuffing it with its skin. You are brushing out the hair from the coat. It is separated from the actual animal itself. You have a big clump of fur, and you are molding it in the shape of a stuffed animal.
Okay, let me explain something to you. All right? It's taxidermy.
But actually, that's not what taxidermy is. I'm explaining something completely different here. All right, I don't know what it is that you think that I'm explaining.
Now listen. People get this mistake all the time. Taxidermy is not an animal. that has been stuffed. It is the skin and fur of an animal that is put over some sort of sculpture, if you will, of the animal to try to recreate it when it was alive. But they don't use the bones, they don't use the guts, they don't use any of that shit. It's literally what you're talking about is just the fur without the skin. But
Yeah, that's not taxidermy.
it's just taxidermy without the skin, but you're using real animal parts. That's taxidermy.
Yeah.
Taxidermied animals.
Animate.
Taxidermied
Wait,
animals are
wait,
just stuffed
wait.
with fucking newspaper or some
Wait
shit.
a second. All right. So if I take the fur of a cat, right, and I just, it's just the fur, and I knit it into like a turtle-shaped hat, that's taxidermy?
No. You are talking about them taking the fur and making it into a stuffed animal to recreate that animal.
Right, but the stuff.
If you're turning it into
the animal is knitted in the shape of another animal, and I'm stuffing my head through the animal.
No, you'll talk about making a hat. That's completely different. I'm saying, okay, let's break it down like this. Are you talking about making an approximation of their dead pet? Or are you talking about them just using the fur to make like a teddy bear?
Actually, I want answers for both. But also, we're going to return back to this hat versus stuffed animal conversation because I'm not done with it yet. Go.
Well, I'm done with it.
So soon? She's so disappointed. Maybe you can drag it on just a little bit further, for old time's sake.
Well, all I'm saying is it's taxidermy when you're using the parts from an animal, typically just the leather and fur, to recreate the animal in a frozen state so that people can be proud of the trophy. But if you're taking animal parts and making something completely different, like a hat or a teddy bear or clothes, it's not taxidermy. See, I might have misunderstood you. Are people actually taking the fur from their beloved dead pets and making like a teddy bear? Like something to cuddle with while they're sleeping?
It has happened before.
That is disturbing. It really is. It is a little, like, it's one thing to like kill like a prized elk and want its head up on the wall to show how fucking awesome you are as a hunter. So some taxidermist uses the skin and fur and the antlers to approximate what this elk looked like. It's another thing to like take Fluffy, your beloved dog, and ball it up into a big ball of fur and make a stuffed kitty with it to cuddle with at night. That's fucking weird.
Right, but okay, if you were to resurrect the stuffed kitty Fluffy, would it have the spirit of Fluffy, or would you have to put a different spirit in Fluffy?
The leader of the Pet Necromancers Guild is named Lorenzo Vega. I shall contact him and ask if it's possible to resurrect something as long as like just a part of it exists. Like if it's the real fur from that animal, could they just make that thing come to life? Like I'll ask him that. Maybe the answer is yes. I don't know.
So on that note, if it's not in the shape of an animal, but in the shape of a hat, could you bring the hat back to life and basically have a possessed hat?
A living hat, I think so. Plus, hair never is alive to begin with. Skin at least was at one point. I think.
No, hair's alive until it actually exits your scalp, and then it's considered dead.
No. Yeah, that's completely untrue.
How do you think it grows?
Well, no, I'm talking about hair after an animal's dead, and then it's dead.
Okay,
right, but he said hair was never alive, and it is alive.
If he reanimates the follicles, how are those going to walk around?
Yeah, like there's a chance that even if the body is completely rotted and destroyed and you can't resurrect it traditionally, if you take some hair or some bone or some sort of DNA, there's a chance these necromancers may be able to make a revenant, which is a living approximation of that thing using its essence. It doesn't have to be the whole animal. Like, I think the most money they make is from when people's pets are about to die, and then the noble people like contact them and they can get there before the pet actually dies, because then they can resurrect it right away and people have their pet. But there's probably a less expensive version where you just take like a bone or some hair follicles and put them in a jar and then resurrect a ghost version of the pet. I mean, there's probably different packages for different prices, right?
Right. So like you could collect enough fur of your animal, have it turn into like a teddy bear, and then have the necromancer resurrect your
But why would
pet
you want
in the
why
fur
would you
of your animal, basically. It's
why
like-
would you want a revenant hat?
No, it doesn't have to be a hat. It could be like a pair of
Why would you want your teddy bear to
socks.
to come alive in the middle of the night and walk around your fucking room while you're trying to sleep? That's
Personally, I wouldn't, but I think it would be hilarious if we could just, do that to people.
like that reminds me of the Puppet Masters Guild, where they have those dolls with real human hair, and because it's real human hair, they're able to curse it and make it like fucking walk around and shit.
Wouldn't that be so funny though? If we just we just introduced people to this concept of like immortalizing their pet animals with like bits of fur and bone or whatever, and actually it's just an intruder into their house that we can use that comes alive when they're asleep and steals all their stuff.
Yeah, but we're talking about a curse. It's even beyond like the dark magic I use. You're playing with dangerous, like when you invite a spirit to possess something and then use it as your familiar, bad things can happen.
Just look at Poe.
That's yeah.
Just look at
Yeah,
Poe.
that's me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm broke.
So you don't like this
Unforeseen
idea.
consequences.
I
Okay,
think-
well, I take it overall, Thief has basically thrown their vote behind your Junior Necromancer, Bush Necromancers League of Pet Restorers. That's
No,
that's
Heroes
adorable.
Anonymous is
It
still my
is,
top contender.
truly. Really?
Yeah.
I got
This
I
one at
gotta
least has a potential profit return.
I've got to let Poe have his screen time because of my buttons might be running out of power, and I'm having trouble controlling things.
Well, perhaps I can take some time to better explain the Simpleton Management Guild.
Oh, too late. It's Poe's turn.
Yeah, it's my turn, and I'm going to talk a minute. I have a guild that possibly we could put forth at just to vote on it. Just to vote. There's a guild out there called the the Small-Breasted Prostitutes Guild, and I'm just saying, girls with small breasts need love too. Okay, they don't make a lot of money. They don't make, they're not as voluptuous, but they deserve a chance. They deserve a chance. I'm just saying, they deserve a chance too. Sometimes they're called the Itty Bitty Titty Committee. They don't like that one. They don't like it, but sometimes they're referred to that. I'm just saying, we can help them. And we get a profit from their nightly duties, possibly coupons.
I suppose I could make some allowances to help out the under-voluptuized Congress of females.
While I do sympathize with those marked by the gods directly, as that happens to me with all too much regularity, I might rather stick with the Simpleton Management Guild. Look, it's a proven concept. It just has been done here before. I'm thinking we can change that with them.
Real quick, hold on, Art. Just because we're a backwards medieval world filled with magic, monsters, and evil villains, doesn't mean we don't have prostitutes. You see, that... Shut up. I'm trying to explain to the people at home how our world works. And how
Go right ahead.
we're not that much different from you all, is what I'm saying.
Just lower standards than Nevada.
Anyway, all of you die. It's my turn to kill all of you. Betrayal. One of the sound crystals cut out, so all I saw was like a stick or something. I don't know how Ark died. His sound crystal cut out. That's okay. That's okay. That's fine. It's fine. We're having all kinds of issues tonight. There's thunder and lightning outside, which may be having to do something with my crystal acting up, and it looks like my, what do you call them in the Earth realm? Batteries. This is the best concept I could have for you to understand. The crystal control center, filled with all its wonderful little runes, might be running out of battery. So there's, just if I get to a point where I can't turn my crystal on and off, we might have to just finish out the show without the ability to turn my crystal on and off. I'm just saying, having a little issue tonight, it's possible. It's just running out of magical juice. Anyway, thank you all for coming by. What do you all think? Put in the chat. What do you all think? Which guilds should we sponsor? Which smaller, lesser guilds should we sponsor? I think this is all basically a net positive. We sponsor a smaller guild, and yes, it empties our treasury for a bit, but it hopefully guarantees some monthly income. You know, we'll take a certain percentage of whatever profits this guild makes as their sponsor to repay the debt they owe us. And then there's the interest as well, you know, the perpetuity and all that. I think it's a rather good idea to sponsor smaller guilds. Yep, there's just some storms rolling through there. Quite a few. Anyway, listen, I want you all to understand that I think the Pet Necromantic Guild or the Prostitutes Guild are solid choices. Don't choose the other two. I know you are all infatuated with Arcturus' sexiness and the thief's moronic nature, but don't let them seduce you into choosing them. Vote for me or Poe. Welcome back.
My idea is far superior to any of the other ideas.
Your idea is a complicated mess.
It is not as complicated as the gentleman with the tiny brains will make it seem. All right, trust me on this. It is quite simple. It just involves
Your idea is the simple one. I'm sorry. Did you just say that?
It really is very simple. If you can't follow it, that's not my problem.
I'm having trouble with the whole therapists and hero complex people. I mean, how do you even call that a guild? It's more like a meeting of annoying people. It's like how do you even call that a guild?
Well, I mean, the term of the guild attracts people to it more so than it would, you know, an anonymous group of people that are recovering from a terrible condition.
No, guilds are a specific thing. Guilds are supposed to make money. How do you make the guild doesn't make money off of people spending time in therapy.
It does if the guild provides therapists. Really, the guild is the therapists that are treating the heroes. The heroes just think that they're joining up with a guild because they think
want to be cured of their heroism.
Yeah,
they don't want to be, but they won't know that they are until it's too late.
Yeah,
are some of these heroes, by chance, prostitutes?
I'm sure they could be. I mean, it's happened before that a prostitute was a hero, right? I'm sure that's happened before. There's got to be a story where that's the case, right?
Very rarely, but it would be fascinating to look up through the history of our world to see if anybody started out as a prostitute and became a world-class hero. Boy, that's a story I want to see done. How come nobody makes movies in the Earth realm about that? Yeah? Where's the D&D campaigns about that?
Let me phrase this another way that might actually appeal to the two of you out of sympathy. Haven't you ever felt bad about the fate of the village idiot and other simpletons like yourselves?
No, I don't
So
feel
they're often doomed to
particularly bad
very
about you.
ignominious fates, forgotten in some alleyway or run over by a carriage. If you support the Simpleton Management Guild, we can take those village idiots, those simpletons, those mentally deficient, those senile elderly, and put them in very crucial positions of civil service. Running villages, even small towns,
I don't.
which we then will plunder by having them pass laws that make no sense save to serve us.
Oh, like, like we get a simpleton, we put them in a position of power like the mayor of a town or the governor of a region. And then they make a law stating any goods stolen under, let's say, 1,000 signas is decriminalized.
Exactly.
But what if we're not there to steal anything and other people take advantage of said laws?
Well, that's what the Simpleton Management Guild is there to do. We just get a cut.
So you take the village idiots, the morons, the people who essentially only exist to stop their skeletons from falling over, and you put them into positions of power so that they can then pass laws that benefit the wicked guild.
Yes.
But if they pass said laws, it would not just benefit the wicked guild, it would benefit all who simply want to take advantage of said policies.
Potentially, yes. However, that is still business we'll get a cut of.
But how if, like, random people are looting and destroying marketplaces and stealing shit and they're not even punished? How do we get a cut of that?
Well, there's a very good chance a number of those people doing that will be operatives of the Simpleton Management Guild.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The Simpletons Guild puts these people in power, but they can't stop just average, nameless people just stealing shit.
True, but they'll be stealing shit too, and that's the important part.
Now, let's say instead, hear me out, if we do vote for your guild, these simpletons that are put into power, how about they pass more, I don't know, laws that are a little more vague when it comes to us, the Wicked Guild. So instead of saying everybody can steal without punishment, thus us lose profits from randos, they could pass laws that say things like, if you are an evil necromancer belonging to a certain dark, nameless guild, you can steal anything you want in our town. How about that? Will that work?
It's a little too on the nose, but we know just how to handle this. We just need to rephrase it because, as you know, necromancers are not very common. They are, in fact, a minority among casters. So,
Yes.
In a gesture of sympathy for these marginalized magic workers, no prosecution will be pursued against necromancers.
Okay, so we just make sure the simpletons pass laws that don't affect marginalized groups, which include members of the Wicked Guild, like pirates, dark wizards, and mushroom fiends?
Precisely.
Okay.
That will be handled as a junkie outreach program.
Gotcha. So can we get some of these simpletons to pass laws to maybe like offer mushrooms in like little vending machines on the street?
Oh, without a doubt. Really, the sky's the limit once we have them installed, and actually pretty easy. There are a ton of simpletons to work with. I mean, just look around you.
Okay, so how do we stop the simpletons from going so far? Like, what if one of the simpletons passes all the laws we want, but then they're also like, hey, how about some monthly rags should be offered in the men's privy?
I'm not sure I should care, but if it should chafe, I'm pretty sure our administrator could insert a tersely worded letter.
Possibly. Okay, yes.
Because people read. nowadays, right?
So
Perhaps
will
you
this?
should have heard me say, insert a tersely worded letter.
Like, but how do we know that the people of the Simpleton Guild, the Simpleton Management Guild, have the power and authority enough to prevent the simpletons they've put into power from being killed in a revolt when the peasants finally decide enough's enough?
That is a good point.
Well, they don't, but that's the beauty of it. They're easily replaced.
All right, so you want to back this guild that's basically going to put simpletons in power in the hopes that everything goes okay and they pass laws that benefit us. Correct?
And if they revolt and they're assassinated, well, that's just to usher in the new simpleton, who will surely will also be under the management of the Simpleton Management Guild.
I have one last question before we move on. Is this simple management guild possibly founded by a man with the last name Soros?
It could be that I was a touch inspired.
Ooh, I would like to change my answer.
Okay, go.
All right. They are called Actors Without Borders. All right. And so what they do is they're not actually actors, right? So they're not in plays. They are just master impersonators who infiltrate noble houses, forge documents, and walk out with bags of coin. And people are none the wiser.
So thieves.
Isn't there already a Forgers Guild?
Yeah, that's always.
No. Actors Without Borders. We hire a bunch of, downtrodden actors who are not actually on the stage and able to make a whole lot of profit that way because it's a very oversaturated market. And we employ them to infiltrate these stations of government.
Yeah, but you can only. You can't do that with bad actors because they're terrible at what they do.
It's not that they're bad. It's just that the market is oversaturated because it's, it's a profession that a lot of people want to do but can't make it because they don't have the correct connections or they're not in the right place at the right time. It's all very difficult.
Got you. Okay.
Fate is on their side. And so we give them an alternative route of,
Hold on. Let me stop you right there real quick. All right. Just because we are a backwards medieval world with necromancers, magic, evil monsters, and dragons and such, doesn't mean we don't have actors. The only difference between our world and yours is actors are literally seen as prostitutes and they get paid very little money, as it should be.
Much humbler. Much more affordable.
Right, and because they are so desperate for a good coin, we would be able to get even the good actors to infiltrate on our behalf.
That's very true. It's just I'm a little worried that basically it's an oversaturated market for thieves guilds, and that's essentially what it is. It's just thieves. They may be actors that have a niche, they have a way to get into these places, but at the end of the day, we're just sponsoring yet another thieves guild.
Right, but it doesn't just have to be a thieves guild, right? These infiltrators, they don't have to just steal. They can also exact policy, change minds, collect secrets and blackmail materials. This is not just a one-trick pony that we are sponsoring. It would be a multifaceted diamond in the rough.
Here's something else you're missing, Steve. I must address this. The actors all are awful. They're theatrical actors. You see, acting is basically the dumping ground for untalented spies and assassins.
It's just a saturated market. There's literally, we could sponsor. There's no rule saying we can't sponsor our own group of actors turned spies, assassins, and saboteurs and thieves. But it'd be like us, in the Earth realm, starting a live stream where we just talk about wokeness in movies. It's an oversaturated market, is what I'm saying.
Let me envision the future if we went with this idea. We hire Archibald Numpty, the famous actor, to go in and claim to be someone's long-lost nephew. He's going to stop up and then go, "Behold, 'tis I, your long-lost cousin Memmi. Aren't you so pleased to see me? Oh, the years have taken their toll in my absence." And then the high point of that will be watching him being drawn and quartered.
I mean, I'm not saying that's not fun, all that mumbling stuff you just said that I couldn't understand. But I'm just putting it out there that it might not be the best use of Guild's resources at this time.
I think we could do with a network of spies, thieves, and forgers. That's all I'm saying. If we could increase our influence, just that, think how much more powerful we could be.
Excuse me, but I can do the same thing with the Prostitutes Guild. They can be spies, saboteurs, forgers, and thieves, but we also get coupons on Friday nights.
I see people having a time understanding me, so I suppose I can bear the stench of burning peasant for a little bit towards the end here.
Okay, all right. I like where Poe's going. Maybe we merge the ideas. All right.
Arcturus, are you feeling okay?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure I'm fine. You know, there's been a really nasty plague running through here, but I've got the proper equipment and, well, I'm sure I'm fine.
Aren't you supposed to be wearing your
It's so strange to see him without a
face
poofy neck.
and hair on?
Well, I had to go undercover on this one. As far as they're all concerned, I am Dr. Fabrizio, here to treat their illness and so on. Mostly it's just a massive coin grab. Bunch of desperate people looking for miracles. Wave a stick around, say I'm on the track of the culprit, and, you know, they'll just fill up my pockets, really.
You're waving your stick at the good people of whatever backwater hodunk town you're at?
Snidemule, village of Snidemule. They've been doing really good business of late, which is why I thought this was worth my time, and it has paid off.
Hmm. So, just for the people in the Earth realm, there is a chance. I'm just putting it out there. I am not taking one side or the other. All right, I'm putting that out there now. Nobody clip this out of context. There's a chance, possibly, that this plague might have come from an apothecary's lab.
Well, yes. And should be a nice piece of work too. It works quickly. First there's like red rings, and then the face starts to swell a bit, and then I believe the fever starts, at which point madness sets in quickly. Some point later on, people get a bit melty, but it's not melting pox because it doesn't catch fire quite as well. In fact, it took quite a while to get those bonfires going, for the record. Poor bastards.
I'm not trying to perpetuate any sort of conspiracies. Just saying it could happen.
Who's petty guest?
Might have been. He did run off naked in the woods screaming. So he's literally capable of anything. literally capable of doing anything. Hey, I have a walking stick. What are you talking about, Kefki?
We all have a walking stick.
Yeah, I have fantastic walking sticks. I got lots of sticks. I got sticks out the wazoo.
Are you all suffering from stick envy? Because it is a very nice stick, to be sure. It's a high quality stick. Made it myself, you know. Carved it out of a section of rape wood.
I have a walking stick I gave to Magog. It's made from the femur of a beloved lover of his.
Wait, can we backtrack there? Arcturus just said that in the most creepiest way ever.
Is that... Wait, is that where Sherry went? I thought she had to go abroad to visit family.
Yeah, she did. She left her femur behind.
That makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, it happens all the time.
Yeah.
Totally makes sense. She'll be
Missing a
back
leg.
someday. She'll be back
You
someday.
have an extra leg.
And a cart.
She can't say no to all this succulent meat.
Ugh.
Never say succulent meat in my presence again. I'll fucking kill you.
Yeah, no. Thank you. Appreciate that. Coming in clutch.
Anyway, what do the people think? Does anybody want to chime in? Do we go with Arcturus's management of Simpletons Guild, or do we go with my pet Necromancers Guild, or do we go with Thief's stupid fucking idea, or do we go with Poe's Prostitute Guild?
Stupid idea. Give me the dignity of an actual title for it. Either Actors Without Borders or Heroes Anonymous.
See, you came up with two.
All which
only
we would
came
have
up-
to create ourselves, which
Yeah, 'cause I'm
sounds like an
actually,
awful lot more work than...
Ed
Gosh.
Arcturus told he defamed me. He told everyone that I couldn't come up with even one possible guild, and I came up with two. Actually, I had three. One in my back pocket, but you know what? I saved my best two for first.
Yes, I am sorry, but the Horny Goblina Guild was already turned down because that's just too much trouble. Let's face it. It's a little, yeah.
Yeah, that's
I already nixed that one right out.
What a waste.
Fair.
This burning peasant smell is starting to get a bit strong, so, just talk amongst yourselves for a bit.
Oh, very well. Okay, so it says go with Magog's idea. I'm purely based on profits. I think mine has the best chance at making lots. People don't like saying goodbye to their pets. I'm just saying. Okay, it's a solid idea.
it doesn't reap nearly as much benefit to us, though.
I think
we get to make part of the profits. But what about the secondary and tertiary advantages that we can reap from this guild?
Well, that's
Gotta
what I'm
play
saying.
4D
That's what I'm
chess,
saying.
my God. 4D
My-
chess.
Like my pet Necromancer Guild nets us the most profits, as in coin, on a monthly basis. But Poe's Prostitute Guild probably will net us large sum of coin, but also gain us influence, blackmail material, stuff like that.
So we're merging mine and Poe's ideas.
Yes, the best part of your ideas, which is like the last 10%, like 90% of your ideas shit, but that last 10% is not bad. So we're merging it with Poe's.
All right,
Very well, but you're not missing out. The Simpleton Management Guild was not only a brilliant idea, but a brilliant name as a guild that manages simpletons and puts simpletons in management.
Yes, but I'm sorry to say this, Ark, but I feel there's just far too many things that could go wrong. Is it worth the risk? The investment might not be worth the risk to bring those ideas to market and affect society in a meaningful way to us. Okay? It's high risk, high reward, but right now with our limited funds, do we want to take such a high risk? We might have to backburner your guild for a while.
We have a Streamlads that came in from Night Tide who tipped 10 Cygnus to say Pendant of Praise for Ark. And I'm assuming you already got the $10 super chat from John.
I did not, but I was about to read it because we're coming to the end of it. Yes, we also have a 10 Cygna super chat from John that says, in the Earth realm, we have a cemetery where you can bury your pet and it comes back. Would not recommend Poe power up. Oh, another Poe power up and a Pendant of Praise for Ark. Go ahead, Ark, choose your who do you want to praise you?
Okay, I will bear the burning peasant smell a bit longer so I can clean properly. I haven't had a kind word from you in a while, Magog. Let's hear more about me.
All right. Well, I shall praise the great Arcturus with words of praise. I praise you, Arcturus, as a man. A man
As a genius,
with...
an intellectual mastermind.
I'm praising you, not you praising yourself. That's not how the Pendant of Praise works. I'm praising you, Arcturus, as a man, a vigorous man, a man of orderly bedroom. You have an orderly bedroom from what I hear. You're very organized. That is praiseworthy of a man who cleans his penis and his bedroom.
I think we're done here.
I did not see that one coming.
You've been properly praised. No.
No.
That is the best pendant of praise anybody's ever received. Never choose me to praise you. You fucks never learned. No, it's like she's gonna naturally die if she's not careful.
Oh lords. Proceed.
All right, I guess I'm going to take the show out. I think that we'll probably discuss this further another time. Maybe Pentagast will come down off his high and get back to doing his fucking job. Come back and maybe he can put his 2 cents in. We might have to do another guild meeting before we decide what lesser guild to sponsor. That's okay. Maybe Pentagast needs to come back and do his fucking job. Anyway, we're going to bounce the fuck out of here. I want to thank everybody for coming along and watching Side Quest. And also, wash your penis.
Clean your beds.